Hello, all fellow metalheads! My name is Shredbeard from the Shredbeard 696 channel, and I am also the co-owner of Fomorian Productions, a record label I own with Warhammer 666 and Misanthropy. I want to thank Marty and Alan from the Heavy Metallurgy channel right here for inviting us all on to play Metal Tag with all of you fellow metalheads. We were sent 20 questions. We divided them up. 20 divided by 3 is 6.6666666 and some other numbers. So we divided them up. About 6 questions each. I chose questions 3, 4, 5, 14, 16, and 17. So let's get started. Question 3 was GOAT. Show your favorite new album released in 2025. And for me, that album is Electrocutioner Harbinger. This is thrash metal out of New York. Mark Persino has been on my channel. He's amazing. This is a 3-piece band out of New York doing thrash metal. Absolutely the correct fucking way. If you are a thrash fan, check them out. Go get this on CDN Records, okay? Question 4 for me was From Beyond. Show a favorite album that is not a heavy metal album. For me, that is School of Fish. 3 Strange Days is the name of the song. This band came out in the mid-90s, I want to say. This is a pretty old CD. This isn't even an original CD. I found this at a thrift store. It says Capital Compact Disc. You got School of Fish, Three Strange Days. It's the original version, then a bunch of different instrumental versions with different sort of drums and stuff like that. It's courtesy of Music Plus, whatever the hell that is. We wrote on the inside there, all that weird shit. But anyways, School of Fish, 3 Strange Days. Love this album. Great album. Good non-metal album. Just want to rock out. All right. Question 5, The Unknown. Show an album that you can't remember ever hearing someone talk about on YouTube. And for me, that is Astronaut. Now, I'm sure someone has. I just haven't seen it, okay? This is a stoner doom metal band. This is a 4-piece right here. And again, if you like stoner doom, this is your shit. This is, if you're familiar with like Bongzilla and Weed Eater, this is right up your alley. So Astronaut, that is a good band. I'm not sure where these guys are from, to be honest with you. So yeah, looks like they're from Marijuana Lane. Anyways, Astronaut. Okay, that was for question 5. Question 14 is one of the ones that is show an album or albums that someone recommended to you that impressed you enough to purchase it. Now for me, that was Daisy Cutter. Shout out Anthony over at the Metal Miners channel over there. Fellow Florida boy. Well, I'm not from Florida, but fellow Florida, Dan Distel, Melanie, all you Florida folks out there. This was actually out in Europe, and Anthony did the distro on it over here, okay? This is a really cool band. This is a 4-piece, but it includes a lyricist, which is cool. All right, there's the disc. Right, it comes with a cool little lyric sheet and booklet. Daisy Cutter out of Europe. There they all are right there. 4-piece. Badass stuff right there. I was actually trying to get these guys on my show a little while ago with Dylan H. Powell there on Instagram. Go check him out. He sort of knows these boys over there, and I was trying to get us hooked up with them. So Daisy Cutter. That is my told you so. So thank you, Anthony at Metal Miners, for that recommendation. Moving on to question 16 here. We have 2 Minutes to Midnight. What is the last album you bought in 2025? And for me, that was Terminal Nation. I got this off of Decibel Records, but this is a $20 spin release. Okay, this is a band out of Arizona, Tucson area, I believe, and this is a 5-piece. This is the last purchase I made of 2025. Go check them out, metalheads. Terminal Nation, Echoes of the Devil's Den. All right, let's get to where were we at? Okay, question 17. When feeling musical burnout, as many of us do, what is a nostalgic album that always makes you excited about music again? And for me, that's The Cult, baby, Sonic Temple. This album is amazing. It's a double, right? Got a gatefold here, double vinyls. And you know, it's going to be cliche, but when I hear the song Fire Woman, I hear that beat come on, that initial riff. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. That song fires me up and gets me motivated again to do whatever I'm trying to do. All right, so The Cult, Sonic Temple, specific song, Firewoman. I like them all. This album, front to back, will get you motivated to listen to music if you are burned out, metalheads. All right, right there. Check it out. All right, thanks again, Marty, Alan. You guys are amazing. Thank you for letting me participate in this edition of Metal Tag. Tag!
All right. We're doing this metal tag for heavy metallurgy. We split some questions up. I got stuck with the ones that no one wanted to answer, so let's go. And thanks Marty and Alan for putting this out there and giving some exposure to the little guys. The Giddy Up horse on the cover. I'm going to show you the bitch out one first because, you know, I'm expected to show shit like this, I guess. This is the Emperor Wrath of the Tyrants demo. You can see that horse there, right? Okay, so I should get a point for that, but I'm sure fucking a bunch of people are going to be showing that one, so I figured I'd dig a little deeper and get some extra points with this thing, with one actual cover, which I thought no one's going to do, right? Or if they do, I'm going to do it first. All right, fucking the best album this band ever did. I don't give a fuck if you don't think so, because it just is internationally fucking recognized as. Judas Priest, Painkiller. Fucking Iron Horse. What's more metal than a fucking Iron Horse? Because horses aren't real fucking metal. You know what I mean? And there's even like a better photo. This is the coolest one, man. This should have been the cover. Like, I guess it is. Ah, it is the cover. What a fucking idiot. Look at that. That's a fucking metal horse. Fuck yeah. Nostalgia. A bad album that I can't part with. This is the bad albums of all bad albums, okay? But I can't get rid of it because it serves as a cautionary tale of, even though, like, you know, you get this fucking great album, and you think, you know, you're going to put something else out that's good, you probably won't, all right? And that album is Massacre's Promise. This thing is a dog. For those of you who have not heard this album, I envy you, but also too, you can put this on and forget you're listening to it. Like, that's how uninspired this album is. And you forget that it's Massacre. You forget you actually put music on. You just walk out of the room and forget it's playing. Like, that's how background this shit is. There's not one catchy fucking riff on it. It's just a piece of shit. I fucking aspire to release a fucking album like this. I mean, Rick Ross played on it. Cam Lee was on it. He denies he wasn't on it, but Rick has said he was on it. So, yeah, get this one if you want to fucking waste some money. An encore. Wishing that an album was longer. I've got some strong feelings on this one, okay? I did pull an album, but I kind of think albums are length for a reason. Like, the artist wanted it that length, so it's probably fucking selfish of everyone who answers this question to think that their fucking favorite album should have been longer. So, terrible question. But if we're going to play the game, then I will say Forbidden's Raw Evil. And the reason why I say this one is because I got to answer the question, but really, this came out at a time where this shit was super exciting. And in Australia, to find this cassette tape was like finding like hidden knowledge. It wasn't something that was just everywhere, but if you did find it, this was like fucking hen's teeth. Really kind of hard to get. Now it's fucking everywhere, but live album, it sounds great. Fucking Russ, the singer, just is belting out some fucking awesome shit live. It sounds fucking killer. So if I'm going to say anything should be longer, should be this one here. What else we got? A fail. A disappointing album. Nope, did that one. Did I? I can't fucking remember. I'm just going to skip that one if that was a question. Yearning. Yearning for a band to put out a new album. Well, obviously I can't show you nothing because like it's not out, but Paul Stanley did say that Kiss was going to put out a new album, so I'm very excited to see a new Kiss album. All right, so pretty much all the answers to the next question is just going to be Kiss, Kiss, Kiss. So fucking suck it, I guess. Collector Scum, Kiss. It's the only band that I really collect, and I don't know what it is. If it's just like a throwback to my young DNA, but every time I saw the Kiss logo, I bought it. It didn't matter if it was a CD, a vinyl, a fucking plastic comb that I would never fucking use, an overpriced show bag, some fucking bubble gum, some cards that I'm never going to fucking open. I bought it in the simple fact of putting it somewhere and never touching it. Like, that's a mental illness. And I've wasted a lot of money doing it. What's the next one? Evolution, a band that's pushing the genre forward. Again, two trains of thought on this one. So the band that I think is pushing black metal forward is Ecclese. All right, they're from here. Now, the new album that they put out, unfucking believable. However, what you're seeing now is that a lot of bands are trying to copy that cavernous type of sound that's just more atmosphere than riffs. And because of that, what's going to happen is a lot of bands are going to do it, and then that shit's going to be looked at as dated. Someone's going to come out with something that's different, and then they're all going to think this sounds like shit, which is unfair, but that's the way the fucking scene goes, and that's normally the way fans treat it, unfortunately. And the last one, Into Glory Ride, a band I need one more great album from. You're going to know who this is, right? It's Kiss. Are we going to get that fucking last great album? I highly doubt it. But being fucking as optimistic as I am, as I'm sure you've fucking heard, I want this to be good. And I can predict that the first song is going to be really cool. The next song is going to be a Gene song. And it's going to suck. And then there'll be like another Paul Stanley song somewhere down the track that'll probably be kind of good. Then there'll be like a good Gene Simmons song on the side B, which will only be looked at as cool like in 20 years' time. But ultimately, that album's going to be a stinker. And we all going to say they should have quit back in the fucking 70s, but we all still want that new fucking album. So that's it. If you guys, you should be doing this metal tag. It's kind of fun if you have a little bit of fucking time to go through your shit and have a look. I think it's cool. The next one on the list doing this is probably going to be Miss A, unless I'm last, which isn't fucking surprising. But thank you, Heavy Metallurgy. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Marty. You guys rock. I'm out.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Miss A here. So I tried to record a video about 800 times and it just kept not working. The audio was messed up. There was all kinds of issues with it. I was picking up a lot of background noise and I was having sync problems. So guess what we're doing? You guys get to look at a picture of Malachi while I just do a voiceover. Deal with it. That is what's happening today, and I don't have the patience to try and fix it anymore. That being said, I will just throw up like thumbnails of the albums I'm talking about, and Google is a thing that exists on this planet of Earth, so if you're interested, just type it into Google and look it up. That's it. Pretty easy. Anyway, we are doing a Metal Tag 2026. So I wanted to thank Heavy Metallurgy and Marty Worm and Alan the Professor for putting this out there and letting everyone try it. We here at Fomorian really appreciate it. And over at the Shred and Toasty Show and also at Balor Records. So thank you so much. And we broke all these questions up, as the boys have already told you. I took 6. Those two each took 6. So here are the 6 that I took. I also want to preface this to say, anybody that knows me knows that I'm kind of the wild card of this trio here. And I listen to a lot of everything. So that being said, please don't expect a lot of metal per se. The metal adjacent we're going with. This will be the metal adjacent tag to the metal tag. There is some metal in here, but if I'm being honest, this is how I answered these questions, so if you don't like it, suck a butt. Okay, so my first question here is number 6, Front Loaded. Show an album whose first song is its best song. There was kind of a lot of albums I feel like this about, but the one that I picked was XBXRX. They're a really cool kind of underground. They're categorized as post-hardcore noise rock. I don't really care about genres. There's all these subgenres. I don't really give a fuck. All I know is that I like it, so whatever. But the song is called Deaf Ear Silent Voice. Now, this is technically the second song on the album, but it's actually the first. And what I mean by that is the first song is about 12 seconds of just grinding noise, and then this is the actual first song. So I'm calling this the first song of this album. The album is 6 in 6s, and it came out in 2020. No, not 2020. It came out in 2005. So if you get a chance to listen to them, they're really good. They're abrasive, they're gritty, but they are a good listen. So here, I'll let you hear a little sample of it right now. Next up, we have number 9, The Return. Show an album you played in 2025 that you had not played in over a year. This one probably would be the band Prick. They're categorized as industrial rock, and the album in specific that I'm talking about is their self-titled album, and that came out in 1995. And they're very much an industrial rock of the 90s sounding band. This one came out, I think, on Nothing Records, which was later Interscope. I think they merged. But there's a lot of influence in it. I believe Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails actually produced this album, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot of that influence in it. But I just really love the album. And for some reason, I just hadn't picked it up in about a year. And then I randomly did pick it up again this year and had it in heavy rotation for quite a while. So that is my band that I played a lot in 2025 that I haven't played in over a year. Next one I picked was number 10, Joker. Show an album with hilarious cover art. Okay, so the one that I picked was I Monster. They're categorized as, well, they actually have a lot of genres that they're in, but the main genre would be psychedelic trip hop. I don't like hip hop and all that kind of stuff, but this is a bit different. They've got a really dreamlike quality to them, while kind of maintaining a nice, thumpy, relaxed, dirty beat. And I really like it. I really like this album in particular, and the cover art is just hilarious to me. The album's called Never Odd or Even, and it came out in 2005. So if you get a chance to check them out, they're a pretty good listen.
Oh, who is she? A misty memory, a haunting face. Is she a lost embrace?
Next up is number 15, King Cheese. Recommend a power metal album to Marty Worm that you think is exceptional. So, I'm not sure if he's heard this before, but I am pretty sure he has. So, I'm probably not recommending anything new to him. However, on the off chance that he hasn't heard it, I think this is an exceptional album. I listen to it all the time. I love it so much. This is Brendan Small, and the album is Galacticon. They're categorized, or he, rather, is categorized as power metal / heavy metal, right in there. This album came out in 2012. There was also a follow-up to this album called Galacticon 2 that came out in 2017. but I wasn't as fond of that album as I am of this album. The guitars are just amazing. The production, he recorded it in his house, and the production is just stellar, and I really, really am impressed by the quality of it. But the guitars are fantastic. The riffs are really good. It's so catchy. And my favorite song on there happens to be the first song, which goes back to the first question I did, but it's called Triton. And I listen to it all the time, this whole thing. I think I did like an air guitar competition to this one before. I requested in a lot of the shows. So this is a really good album. And Marty, if you haven't heard this album, I recommend giving it a spin. It's fantastic. Okay, next question, 18. There's Waldo. Show a classic or older album that you somehow overlooked for many years that you loved as soon as you heard it. I picked Ogre, and the album is Welt. It came out in 2001. Now, I actually didn't come across this album until Psyop came out, which was the next album, or Sunny Psyop, which came out in 2003. And that's when I found this one. And from the first note, I loved it. And it's just been in heavy rotation. It's one of the songs on that album. It always ends up on one of my playlists somewhere. I just really love it. He's categorized as electro-industrial or electronic industrial. It's the Ogre is basically the lead singer from Skinny Puppy, and so it's kind of got that kind of metallic feel to it. But it's a fantastic listen. If you have a chance to hear it, check it out.
Party hop, fantasy away, it put the shooting things across the dream. A day, it makes a magazine, a picture vested in a dream. Creepy packet, friend of mine, a homeless place, he calls it part of silly country. Being destroyed, a mere above reflects, but out the crazy curve, the landing, got the move toward the building. From the winter home upon the hill, the sun, the shade, caving in. The psychotronic party box, the mainstream antidepressant, the lamping dying, pump the pop, the main exploding. Party hop, fantasy away, it put the shaping things, a prostitute, a naked mix, a magazine, a picture person in a dream.
And last but not least, because this video is already really long, didn't mean to make it this long, but here we are. Number 19, hello, my name is. Was there a video or stream that you participated in during 2025 that you're especially proud of? Yes. So you guys actually probably have seen it recently, but if you are new and you're just coming across this video, please check out Shredbeard696, and the show is Mandatory Metal and Mayhem Sundays. Episode 14, I was interviewed about my label, which is a side label to Fomorian, Balor Records, where we do all things metal adjacent, all of the weird fringe genres of music. And I had such a fun time on that. It was a great time. And if you have not watched it yet, please do. And go watch all the shows, all of the episodes of Mandatory Metal and Mayhem Sundays. They're really fun. They're exciting. We do interviews, and there's all kinds of fun things that go on with it. So go check them out. Go give some rewatches, share it. And again, I wanted to thank Heavy Metallurgy and everybody down there for putting out this metal tag. I had a great time doing this video, and I will catch all you heathens on the flip side. Later.